Hi there, my name is Mart Reker. I'm from Amsterdam. I have a clinic and I'm specialized in cosmetic pigmentations and holistic health solutions. And I'm really excited that I can show you a little bit about this little device, which is the Healy. It's a small medical degree wearable where you can treat your body with frequencies. And I'm going to give you a quick overview about what is frequency therapy, what you can do with the Healy, and how you can build a business with this. I have a presentation here for me, but first I'm going to say a little bit how I got introduced. I was introduced to it begin March 2019. I'm really excited that they asked me like, hey Mart, you have knowledge of frequency therapy. Are you interested in looking at a small wearable device that is helping to treat your body with beneficial frequencies? It's the only wearable in a social selling concept, and I was intrigued right away. I know a lot about frequency therapy. I'm working already 15 years with frequency therapists, and I'm very excited that this is now for the big market. I'm going to give you a quick overview. I have a presentation made here for you. Let me just get it here and share it with you. Probably you will see now everything. But basically, this is all about health, well-being, and balance, and frequencies for your life. Everything is frequency. But before that, we're going to talk a little bit about Healy World, about what products we have and how you can build your business with this. But frequency therapy is not new. It started all with actually Nikola Tesla. And in the matters of how to understand the universe, you have to think in frequencies and energy. And Albert Einstein got his theories, and he basically got the Nobel Prize in 1905, and he put quantum physics on the map. This is amazing. This is the start where frequency therapy is coming from. So a lot of people don't know what frequency therapy basically is, but the scientists begin 1900s, they understood that every cell is made out of molecules, and molecules are made out of atoms with neutrons that are running around it, and there is a frequency in that. So basically, we are just one big matters of frequencies. And we transmit energy, and we transmit frequencies, and we receive energy, and we receive frequencies. So this is already what the scientists begin 1900 understood. And they were starting to having experiments, because they find out that the same as a singer can burst a glass with his own voice by getting the right frequency, that glass is starting to vibrate and it spatters. And the same, they find out that if they find the right frequencies, they can kill bacteria, they can kill viruses, and they can also kill cancer. And for example, Dr. Rife, just Google his name, find the Rife documentary. Dr. Rife, he invented a machine in 1934 where he could really help to cure terminal ill patients with various cancers. So this man was really at the starting point of a revolution. And this was such big news, and there were newspapers writing everything about it. And if you do your search, you can still find articles about that time. But of course, he was a big threat for the medicine at that time, who wanted to roll out a complete medical system in where they have patents and where they use pills in order to help people. So they put him in jail. They confiscated his machines. They burned his laboratory. They took all his evidence, and they said to everyone all around the world, hand in over your frequency devices, and if you don't do that, we are putting you out of your medical license. So this was a big, big thing in 1934. And since then, the frequency therapy was a little bit like shuffled back. Until 1980, then Russian scientists, German scientists, they're starting to working with it and experimenting with it again. So some difficult machines came out of it. They have to attach it to a computer, difficult programs. So basically this was only for therapists to roll out. And then comes Healy World. And Healy World is basically originated or coming forth out of the time waver. And the time waver is a machine, and it is one of the most advanced machines in frequency therapy, and it's considered the Mercedes amongst frequency therapists. There's a German company that is already for 14 years active with that device. And about 10 years ago, the idea was also born to create a small device that people can use at home, so they have much more benefit from the treatments they have. And the founder and inventor of this all, of the time waver, that German machine, that company that is already for 14 years steady in the market, this man also invented the Healy. He studied quantum physics, normal physics, philosophy. He was 12 years a monk in India to search the deeper meaning of life. He's an author, 25 books he wrote it in 10 languages, founder of several institutes, lecturer at several congresses, and he's even a lecturer at medicine conventions. So he's teaching people in the normal medical field about frequency therapy. And he wanted to make his technology accessible to all humans. So he had a big vision, 100 million Healys to put in the world within now and 7 years. And that's a big, big vision. So he's doing that together with an international team of scientists, physicians, therapists, and one of the most important people is Nuno Nina, a Portuguese guy and also a scientist. He has 7 clinics. He is he's one of the biggest specialists if it comes to alternative therapies and frequencies. And for example, he's also the doctor of Ronaldo, the soccer player. So this is not just somebody, this is really, really the person if it comes to frequencies. And he was actually looking for a device where he could make programs that are combinations of his frequencies. And because he wanted to have these programs, he was looking for a device that could measure the energy field of a human being. So we all have an aura, we all have an energy field around you. And this is quantum physics, this is science, this is not some blah blah shit or whatever. No, this is science. So just to give you an idea, you know, if you are sitting with your eyes closed, you don't hear anything, and you come in and someone comes in your energy space, in your energy field, you notice that someone is standing behind you. Or, for example, you come into a very nice, cozy place and you feel really relaxed. And, you know, that is your energy field that is picking up the energy in that space. But vice versa, it is the same, you know. For example, you enter a place where there was being a fight, or you feel that there was a murder, you know. Maybe you get this strange feeling at that moment when you enter a certain space. That is your energy field. That is the information field. And Nuno Nina is that person that wanted to have a machine that can measure that energy field. And there is where the time waver is running ahead above all other companies. So he treated thousands of people, and those mostly are people that are being that have sought every specialist there is, and those specialists cannot help them anymore. They end up with Nuno Nina or one of his several therapists that are working for him. So to grow, you need to have investments. and Christian Helper, entrepreneur, founder of Superfund Hedge Fund. He is extremely wealthy because he sold his part in this. He's a billionaire, and he only invests in very sustainable technologies and technologies that are helping to raise awareness and make the humans a better, to have a better energy in the world. So only sustainable concepts. And because Marcus had this vision of sharing the Healy with 100 million people, first he was trying it out under therapists, but therapists are not salespeople. Then he was trying out a web shop, but people need to get an experience with the Healy. So he knew that the impact of social selling, of network marketing, is the right thing in order to get the Healy in the hands of as much as people as possible. So he went to one of the biggest specialists who has a consultancy company, and this is Dirk Zalman. And he guided more than 400 projects, and he worked on the biggest network marketing companies, but also companies like BMW or Samsung. He helped them in order with some social selling structures. So I'm happy that he became our CEO, and now he handed over the CEO-ship to a new person, and he became the chief sales officer of this company. Really, so millions have been invested in this company so far, and that's why this company is one of the biggest growing companies. Healy World exists now for 1 year and a few months. So since the 19th of January, but Dirk Zalman, because of all his expertise, he was able to open up Healy World in 42 countries, completely legal, with all the certificates, with all the things that needed to be done, translations, etc., etc. So very happy. Left below, you see the castle where Marcus is living, and where every day 25 scientists are working to improve the Healy and the time waiver technology. In the middle, you see the sales officer office, and the right below is the Wiesbaden office. I'm sorry if I'm mumbling, but I'm already talking for 5 days this week during promotions, and it's already late during this presentation. So maybe if I stumble a little bit, that's because of that. Talking the whole day. This is the medical board, Nina. We have Dr. Carolyn McMacken, one of the biggest scientists on frequency therapy in the USA. And she, for example, she got the time waiver and Healy equipment with every NFL organization in the USA. So basically, because what she found out is that if a sports person has an injury, or when you have like a very heavy match, your tissue are being damaged. And she find out that if you treat the body within 4 hours with frequency therapy, you can help the support of regeneration up till 80%. So the recovery after an injury is up till 80%. This is huge. So can you imagine that all those expensive athletes, that they need to recover as quick as possible because, they're costing like millions. This is what this lady created. Dr. Ludwig Jacob, Dr. Volker Meissner, amazing people. And Dr. Volker Meissner, he got frequency therapy the same status as normal conventional medicine in the German countries. So really interesting people, and directors of research centers, etc., are in our medical board. We are meeting the highest standards, and Healy is a Class 2A medical device that fulfills all requirement tests and inspections. The Healy is produced and developed in Germany, so it's really German quality. There are patents everywhere just to protect our data. There is for 14 years of data in the expert database. and all the connections, for example, that the Healy connects with a mobile phone and the mobile phone connects with the cloud, that all needs to be protected and patented. So there's a lot of money going in that. And to have that medical class 2A certificate, they handed over about 40,000 papers of studies, double-blind placebo-controlled studies, prove that this is working. And because of that, we can also make claims. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. So Healy World is based not only on frequencies with the Healy, but also nutrition for life. Because if we think about prevention, we don't want to get sick. Or the people who are sick, they need to have a few things. They need to have nutrition, they need to have frequencies, and they need to have exercise, motion for life. And if you can gamify this and make it fun, that you can see, okay, I need to have this nutrition based that is going to help me on the standards that I want. I have my frequencies and where I can stimulate the body, and then I have a fitness tracker that is communicating with the Healy. And that makes it much, much more interesting because there are so many different kind of fitness trackers now, but this one is unique. I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. So if you get those three pillars, you have Healy World. We are all connected, so the Healy is the most important part, and there are several apps. In another video, I will explain a little bit more about the apps, like the Heal Advisor app, where we have digital nutrition. I will explain a little bit more about the therapist search. I will explain a little bit more about how we can do how we can search, for example, to find out which kind of programs we can use. That's what I will discuss in another webinar, but otherwise this presentation is going to take too long. So everything is working with an expert database. Like I said, 14 years of experience, 14 years of knowledge is put in that database. And because we have 14 years of all these therapists working worldwide with this equipment, because we have that, we have so much knowledge. And you know how much data is worth now. Only with all the data we have in this Heal Advisor cloud, we are already the next billion-dollar company. Only because we have this data for 14 years. Now we have artificial intelligence on top of that. So we can let everything communicate with each other. This makes it very, very unique. We make your personal health connection. So we have the unique modular system for health, fitness, and vitality, and a comprehensive ID and integrated concept on several levels. So a cooperation of people, equipment, software, swarm intelligence, IDs, and services are all working together. You have the best technology and the best research that we have to offer in this all. So the Healy, how does it work? Now, before I'm saying this, normally most companies, they have to have a disclaimer, and that's also what Healy and what the Time Waver had. If you look at old videos, you maybe find that old disclaimer. But they got warned by the organization that gave out the medical certification for Europe. And they said like, hey, you handed over 40,000 papers. You have to claim what the Healy is doing. So with proud, we can say that we have the disclaimer and we can claim that Healy is a medical device for the treatment of pain in chronic pain, fibromyalgia, skeletal pain, and migraine, as well as for the supportive treatment of mental illnesses such as depression, anxiety, and related sleep disorders. All other applications of Healy are not recognized yet, I always say, by conventional medicine due to the lack of evidence in the sense of conventional medicine. But you can imagine that frequency therapy is hot and it's going to be more and more and more excited, and more universities are doing research now. So eventually in the future we can make more claims. And how cool would that be? So the Healy watch and the Healy advisor, they also are so new, so we cannot make diagnosis or whatever with those. So the people behind it and how it works and why life is better with Healy. Well, I can tell you one thing. 500,000 applications and clients are being treated already with the Time Waver and the Healy technology. So this is not some, new thing like a gadget or whatever. No, this is really based on science. And the Healy itself, this small device, is already 4 years on the market. However, only 1 year now as a social concept. And it's the only way how to get the Healy. You cannot get this in normal shops. So it's only via social selling that we're spreading this out. The Healy is available in 42 countries already, and there are more than 2,000 doctors, healing practitioners, and therapists that are treating their patients using this technology. So how does this all work? Well, then you have to understand a little bit more about cells. A cell is made out of components. You have minerals, you have proteins, you have fatty acids, you have a lot of water in cells. So those cells are made out of molecules, and those molecules individually all have their own frequency. So you can imagine that kidney tissue is different tissue than bone tissue, which has a different composition than skin tissue, or like heart tissue or lung tissue. So each tissue has their own unique kind of frequency. It has its own vibration. And because of the several programs we have that are combinations of frequencies that can stimulate those kind of tissues, we can get much more energy to the cells. And when we are born, we have young, healthy cells. And those have a kind of voltage, a kind of energy in those cells. And that is high, which is minus 70. So that means that if a baby gets a wound or like a little cut, look how quickly that cut is going to be healing. This is what's happening. But if we're getting older, just by getting older, the voltage, the energy in those cells gets lower. And then the cell membrane, that's the wall of our cells, also has less energy, has less tension. And normally that wall is letting oxygen, but also nutrients, it lets it in the cell, and waste products are going out of the cell. And that goes with quite some force. If you have young, healthy cells, it goes very easy. But if those cells are getting older, and they are getting quicker older because of all the radiation with our mobile phones, the Wi-Fi we have in our house, the cell towers we have. And what do you think about 5G? Oh my God, I'm really, really worried about the future of us. Only because of radiation, but also nutrition, and because of the things we eat or getting absorbed via our skin like toxins or the air we breathe in. That all is going to make that we have less energy in our cells. So we are aging much quicker. We get pain, we get inflammations. Because of the inflammations, we are holding water, we have edema. And then eventually it goes worse and worse and worse, and we get much more tumor cells. So basically what we want is that we want to raise the energy in our cells again, and this is where the Healy steps in. It's stimulating with the frequencies, with the programs. It stimulates certain kind of tissues and gives much more energy to the cells. And therefore, oxygen and nutrients are being entered in the cell much easier, and waste products can get out much easier too. If you look at this model, according to Bjorn Nordenström, if you Google that name, you see that he's in the committee of the Nobel Prize. So it's not just a scientist. No, this is really, really big, big science. So what happens is that our ATP production, and ATP is the energy of our cells, that goes up with a whopping 500%. I always compare this to having a car of 100 horsepower. And suddenly, after using the Healy an amount of time, then suddenly your car of 100 horsepower suddenly becomes 500 horsepower. Can you imagine how much more energy you would have? So ATP is being stored in the cells. So a lot of sports people, they know how important ATP is. So the more ATP they have, the more energy they have, and the better prestige they can do. You know, and because of the cell membrane is having much more voltage, it lets nutrients much more easier in. So the amino acid transport goes up with 40%, which is the building blocks for your protein synthesis. So your protein synthesis, or the process in which proteins are formed to build your cells and to restore your physical central blueprint, like your DNA is being restored and copied much better. In this process, you will notice that also a wound will heal much quicker, and that pain and inflammation can get lowered. So this is really, really interesting where the Healy is working. So the Healy is the most important part, and it's communicating with all these other things. If you look at the Healy, it's just like a small device that is like 5 by 5 centimeters and 1 centimeter thick. There is a sensor in this, and we call this a quantum sensor. And that the quantum sensor can communicate with your body. There are about 120 programs in 16 program categories. And if you select a program, it automatically says like, hey, for this program, you need to have adhesive electrodes. And for this one, you need to have the bracelet electrodes. And for this one, you need to have ear clip electrodes. This is how this is working. So very simple. Everyone can use these programs. So if you feel that you have pain, then you go to the pain group and you select the pain program. If you think you want to help your thyroid, or like your prostate, or your to boost your immune system, or to boost a program for cold, or name it, you know, it just gives what you need. And if you select a program, for example, the most basic programs are the gold cycles. So there are 7 programs in the gold cycle. That's also with the most basic version of the Healy. In that program, or in those 7 programs, each program contains about 400 frequencies. But those 400 frequencies are not all being used on your body. There is a quantum sensor that is measuring the most important frequencies out of those 400 on your body. Your body gives a feedback, and your body says like, hey, I really love this frequency, but I don't like that frequency. So the Healy is artificial intelligence, and it only remembers the most important frequencies for you at that moment. So after the first 9 minutes in where it's testing all these frequencies on your body, it starts with a real treatment. And basically what it's doing, it is just uploading the frequencies, and it's uploading the energy in your cells like it is pouring a glass full of water. If the glass is full, if the body says it's enough, it's enough. Simple. And then it goes to the next frequency. So if you would run the same program an hour later, you would have different frequencies. You will never have the same frequency cycle. It's always different. And that makes it really, really unique because it's communicating with your body. So each program consists of a combination of about 400 frequencies out of the 144,000 gold frequencies. Therefore, it becomes a product for the whole family. There are programs for your health boost. There are programs to up your game in fitness, to recover quicker, to have more strength, to have more stamina, to lose weight. There are learning programs, especially for if you want to learn a language or you need to concentrate. There are job programs. You know, how many people do you know who have stress? Especially maybe in this time of Corona crisis, you don't know. You know, there are bioenergetic balance programs which are boosting your immune system, your lung function, your kidneys, your intestine, your bacteria programs. You know, there are so many different kind of programs. Beauty programs, skin programs that are boosting your skin. What do you think about mental programs? You know, if you can really make the claim that it is helping in the treatment of anxiety, depression, and sleep disorders. So with one Healy, you can use it for the whole family and for your colleague. So it is very easy just for someone to test out a Healy. And if you hear your colleague talking about, oh my God, I have a migraine, the only thing you say like, hey, neighbor or colleague, sit down. I have a program. I attach you with the wristbands or the ear clips, and you run the program. And if that person says like, wow, this is amazing, I want one, where can I get it? Well, now comes it in place, and this is where social selling steps in. You can refer them to your own unique affiliate link. Healy does the shipment, and it sends you commission. How cool is that? A little bit more about that. So the Healy has several programs, editions, let's say it that way. These are the prices in euros, and these are the prices excluding VAT. So you have to calculate this to your own currency and then add the VAT on top of it. The most basic version is the Healy Gold. So including VAT in Europe, we are paying around 500 euro for this. So it contains the program Pure, meant to support recovery from negative environmental influences, toxins, and the effects of an unhealthy diet. Care, to boost your immune system. Balance, for physical balance. Being, for an emotional balance. Energy, and relax. And release is to release pain, but also mental pain. On top of this, you get one program group of your choice, so you can choose which program you want. These are the basic programs that are made by Nuno Nina. And he says that with these programs, you can treat everyone around you. You know, but if you want to have a little bit more specialized programs, you can add some program groups. So for example, the Healy Holistic Health version is normally about 1,000 euro in Europe, including the VAT, but it contains 8 more program pages. Let's say Pain and Psyche, Bioenergetic Balance 1 and 2. So you have 24 programs in it. Mental Balance, Meridians 1 and 2. So for traditional Chinese medicine or acupuncture, or, you know, that is all based on meridians. Sleep programs and skin programs. So this is the most broad version, and because it is already treating all the basics, and you have specialized programs. If you want to have more lifestyle programs like learning programs, fitness programs, job, beauty, chakra, protection programs, then you have all the 120 programs in 16 program categories, which is like 1,500 euro, including the VAT, which is 1,257 ex VAT. So these 3 versions only work with electrodes. So you are being attached with wristbands, ear clips, and pads to treat and to upload these frequencies in your body. However, if you have a pacemaker, if you have epileptic disorders, or if you are pregnant, you are not able to use these kind of programs because it can interfere. For those ones, and the people who want to have an extra app, you can also buy the resonance. It is the same Healy, but on top of this, you will get an extra app in where you can do analysis. You can measure which programs your body needs at this moment the most. And it gives, for each program group you test out, it gives about 5 advices like, hey, this is the most important program right now, and then this one, and then that one, and then that one. So it makes it much more easier for you to understand what your body needs at this moment. But you can also run those 5 programs at the same moment. And basically what the Healy becomes then is like the quantum sensor is being activated. And it sends out this as like a remote car key or a remote control. It sends out these frequencies to your energy field, and that energy field responds to it. And for some people, they are thinking like, yeah, but I don't understand this. What I don't see, I don't believe. Well, I can tell you one thing. You all have this mobile phone, and you find it the most normal that you can video call with someone at the other end of the world, but there's no physical connection. There's no wire between your phone and that person's phone. It all goes via frequencies. It goes via frequencies to your Wi-Fi router, or maybe the cellular tower, and that goes to via frequencies, it goes to the satellite. So what we don't see doesn't necessarily that it is there. So the Healy resonance just becomes like an antenna, and it just sends out these frequencies, and your body is the receiver. So it just receives, and it does something with it. We have amazing, amazing testimonies with this. It's just unbelievable what it can do. You can also do an aura analysis. This is really for therapists that are working with it, and everything is so accurate. With the resonance, you also have access to about 7 holistic programs more. So you can choose, for example, Bach flower remedies, Schussler salts, which are mineral salts, medical herbs. You can search on what kind of vitamins and amino acids that your body needs. Very, very interesting. And you can also treat animals with this. So everything is just working together. And because I'm not going too deep in the other apps, otherwise this presentation is going to end up a little bit too long, I'm going to quickly cover the Healy watch. This is not just a normal watch. This watch, together with the Healy watch app, the connector, it has everything that a normal fitness tracker has and what it can do, and steps and WeChat and SMS messages and weather report, SOS function, it has all these kind of things. But where the Healy becomes really interesting in is that it is giving, for example, times like, hey, listen, at this time, you can use that program, which is good for you at this moment. And because it is tracking everything that you're doing, it is just measuring. And the latest hardware in this is just gathering all this information and communicating with the expert database where 14 years of experience and frequencies are in. And based on that, it's analyzing what your body needs. And based on that, it's giving you frequency programs that you can run at this moment. You will get a few extra program groups, especially with programs that are based on your Healy watch. So this is what you are getting extra. And there's no other fitness tracker, no Apple Watch that can do this. So it makes the Healy watch speak with the Healy. You get the 2 extra additional frequency programs. So for that, there's an additional monthly fee. So on top of, if you buy a Healy, that's a one-time thing. People can upgrade any moment with the Healy, no problem. So they can buy the gold version, and they can upgrade to which version they ever want. They just pay the difference. But this is where the residual part is coming in, because you can also have, because of the monthly subscriptions, we are getting really nice residual income out of this. So with the digital nutrition app, I'm not going to explain it now, but you get 120 programs extra that can upload your vitamin C, that can upload your vitamin B12 or your serotonin. So this is really interesting, that you don't have to buy those supplements anymore, but you can get it digitally. €84 a month, and probably if you get it in a bundle, it's much cheaper. So the Heal Advisor Search app, that's also something interesting. It's costing €29, but I will explain it in the other webinar. The Healy Watch at this moment is still €190. And the Healy Watch connector, that's just a one-time thing. And the Healy Watch is €19 per month. It's peanuts. And that makes the watch connecting to the Healy and communicate with the Healy. You can also have bundles. So you can have, for example, a Healy Watch with the 3-month subscription, and that's like €220. Or you can have the DNSC bundle, which you have the watch and 3 apps for 3 months long, in total for €450. What they did is they did a survey on areas of application. So what are the main issues of using the Healy? Most people are using it to treat pain. Most people afterwards are treating it to regeneration, so to recover faster, or to get better benefits. And a lot of people are using it for health prevention, because prevention is better than curing, right? And others are doing stress, chronic complaints, acute complaints, insomnia, etc., etc. They did a survey on how often do you use a Healy. 80% does it daily. 10% is required, 9% every 2-3 days. But a whopping 96%, 96% notice improvement of their symptoms, from a big improvement to a slight improvement. But 96% notices effect when using the Healy. And they notice this within 2 weeks. So therefore, you can try out the Healy. The Healy you can try out, and from the moment you receive it at your doorstep, you can use it for 2 weeks, 14 days, and try out what the Healy is doing. And in those 2 weeks' time, you will notice something. Only 4% didn't notice a change. And then I'm only thinking like, okay, which programs did you use? How much was the intensity you used it on? And of course, some bodies are just different. If you're very sick and you have to come from very far, yeah, maybe you need to have a little bit more effect in order to notice something. But think of this. They were asking people like, after how many applications did you had a positive change? 24% had it after the first application. Another 24% after 3 applications. Another 32% after 2 applications. Another 32% after 3 applications. So that means that more than half of the people notice something within 3 applications. How cool is that? I think that is really, really interesting. So 26% need to have more than 10 applications. Yep. recommendation rate. So 94% is so happy with the Healy and what it is doing to them. And that they also know that there are people around them that they can help. That 94% of people would be helping another person. They would recommend it. And this is where social selling steps in. Because how cool is it that because of the word of mouth you are doing, and you refer someone or you help someone to experience the Healy, that at that moment, that person is getting a commission if they refer it to their own unique affiliate link. 94%. And now I'm just thinking of like, hey, you know, maybe you buy Nike shoes or Adidas shoes, huh? And those shoes cost about €100 or $100. Think of for how much those shoes are being made in the factory. What is the amount of money that it actually costs to make those shoes? Those shoes are being made for €5, $5, or maybe $10, or 10 euro. You know, where does the other 90 or €95, $95 goes into? Marketing and the middleman. So everyone wants to earn something in that process, and a lot of middlemen, a lot of distributors that go into it. And then they have to put a lot of marketing and commercials and TV spots and advertising in magazines, you know, and they have to hire very, very high costing athletes to promote their shoes. Well, Healy makes it different. 50% of what the Healy is worth goes back into the network. And we are the people who are doing the advertising. And that's word of mouth. That's the most precious advertising there is. So for the ones who want, you don't have to. You can just become a customer. Just ask the person who saw this video. But for the ones who really want to know how to get a free upgrade while just using the word of mouth, then, you know, maybe look a little further and maybe I'll bring you on some ideas. So, but there are also people who want to make a big business out of this. You know, I can tell you one thing. I have been in many concepts and I've seen so many things, and there are so many pills, potions, juices, the next CBD, you know, there are so many companies now doing CBD, and everyone is just saying like, oh, we have the best CBD, or we have the best CBD, or we have the best juice, or the best pills, or the best shakes, or whatever, or the best creams there are. You know, I can tell you one thing. This company is unique. There is no one doing what we are doing. And I can tell you one thing. I've seen so many concepts, but this is the company that I've made the most money and I did the easiest business with of all. You know, for having a box with the juice that I just really had to drag with it and convince people to take it or whatever, you know, to try out my juice. But people are reluctant. But with this, you just hear someone complaining. He says, sit down. Here, I attach you to some wristbands. I run this program. People experience what's happening. What do you think that happens? Wow, people experience, people feel what's going on. And they say like, where can I get more information? And you tap them in a webinar or you let them show this video. It's that simple. And if people want to try it out for 14 days, money back guarantee, so risk-free, there's nothing wrong. So this is how you can do business. Very easy, simple business. So welcome to Healy World then. Personal wearables and microcurrent therapy devices are the growing markets of the future, with a market potential of more than $100 billion. And this is estimated very, very Yeah, very, very low. But what I think is that it is actually like a $200 billion um, industry. So you can build a worldwide business together with us. Join us now for a better life for all humans and a better life for yourself. So what do we offer you? We offer, at this moment, the fastest growing network marketing company within the last 10 years with a product. I have not seen this that much. In 1 year time, from nothing to 35,000 sold Healys. 1 year to 35,000 sold Healys. 1 year to tens of millions of profit in this company already. And we're open in 42 countries. I'm just like completely legal. How cool is that? So we have first-class customer service, worldwide warranty, 2 years warranty on your Healy. So if there's anything with it, you can send it back, or it's going to be repaired, or it's going to be replaced. So it's a custom landing pages. So you don't have to build any kind of websites. You just have to think of creating your own link. So think of a username, and my advice is to not put a space in between. So my username, for example, is Mart Reker. So if you go to my page, then it is a link healyworld.net/en/Mart Reker. But Mart Reker can be replaced through a name you decide. So it's just that simple. You just refer people to your own unique affiliate link. And if your customer or a new member signs up via that link, you are getting the commission out of it. We have lead systems, and this is really being developed now, and I'm really excited about what's coming. We have an academy being built at the moment that is just streamlining easily for people what are the first steps to take and where can I get like more information about products. We have a highly effective marketing system and a very lucrative compensation plan. We can do business in 42 countries. So all the pink countries you see right now, including Australia, you can do business. The USA market is, and this is really cool because we are a German company now going to the USA instead of the USA going to Europe. But the USA market is going to open up in May. So from the moment, people can already pre-register. So contact me or contact the person who invited you for this webinar, and they can give you the link to already pre-sign up. You don't have to pay anything, but you can already build your organization structure in the USA, and you can get everyone in place and get everyone in a compensation plan. And as soon as the market gets open, everyone immediately can order their Healy right away. And for the ones who have been registered for that pre-registered, they will have an amazing promotion. So, and also the people who already pre-register, they can still do business in all the pink countries, including Australia. So maybe you know people in those other countries, and you can refer people to your web link. And when people sign up and they, as a customer or as a member, and they buy a Healy, you are getting commission. So you can already build business, you can earn, and you don't have to invest yet. How cool is that? So I find this genius. So we have Asian countries which are open. India is open. The whole of Europe is open. The Russian market, Turkey is open. South Africa is going to open later this year. And of course, Mexico, Canada will also open up this year. Sorry, pardon me. Talking a lot. So this is really exciting. Point value. So think of this. The Healy Gold is worth 500 euro. Half of it, which is 250 euro, goes back in the network. So that means people like you and I get a benefit and get a share of that. So Healy Gold, so we 250 euro, we translate it into points. So points makes it easier because then you can translate the points to your own currency. So if you have USA dollars, you can calculate how much that 250 euro points is in dollars, or Japanese yen, or another currency. You can just calculate it. So with the Healy Holistic Health worth 1,000 euro, 500 euro points goes back into the network. Healy Holistic Health Plus, 750 points, and the Resonance, 1,250 points or 1,200 euros goes back in the network. So these points are very valuable for calculating the commissions. And the commissions, for example, if you sell a Healy, depending on with which Healy you are selling, you are getting between 30 or 40% of this point value. So I give you an explanation. You start with a Healy Gold. You're getting 30% of each Healy you sell afterwards. So for example, you sell a Healy Gold. A Healy Gold has 250 points. 30% of 250 points is 75 points, is 75 euro, which is about $85. So that's how you have to calculate. But if you start, for example, with a Healy Resonance and you sell a Healy, doesn't matter which Healy it is, you're getting 40% of the point value. So if you sell, you bought a Healy Resonance yourself, but you sell a Healy Gold, you are getting 100 euro commission instead of 75 euro commission. If you have bought a Healy Resonance and you sell a Healy Resonance, then you are getting 40% of 1,250 points. That means you are getting 500 euro commission, direct bonus. 500 euro direct bonus. How cool is that? On a Healy that costs 2,500 euro, you are getting 500 euro bonus. That's like 1/5 of it. That's a lot of money. You can upgrade anytime, so you can start with a Gold and maybe later upgrade to a Holistic Health, and then you're getting also those points. You're getting the percentage to the package you have been updated to. But we also have a fast start promotion, and this fast start is really exciting. I'm very happy that this is happening, and this makes it easy for people to get quickness in their signing up. For people who sign up within the first 30 days, when they sell 3 Healys, and it doesn't matter if it is for members or it is for customers, it doesn't matter. If you sign up with a Healy and you find 3 customers or members, which are partners, and it doesn't matter which Healy they buy, you are getting an automatic upgrade to the next version. So you are getting an upgrade from the Healy Gold to a Holistic Health. But on top of that, you are also getting the percentage that belongs to the Healy Holistic Health. So you started with the Gold, you have 30%, and then suddenly you have 33% plus the upgrade. So that means a gift of 500 euro, 500 points. Yeah. There's another example. You can also find 6 people. For example, you start with a Gold and you find 6 people. Then you're not getting 1 upgrade, you're getting 2 upgrades. So you end up with the Healy Holistic Health Plus. You can also find 9 people, and there are people who have done that in the first 30 days. I'm one of them. So what happens is that you have 9 people within the first 30 days. And then you are going from a gold, for example, to a resonance. So that means that you are getting a gift from the company on top of the direct bonuses that you are getting here. On top of that, you're getting also free upgrades. So from a gold to going to a resonance, that means like 2,000 euro of a gift. You can also start with a Healy resonance. And if you start with a Healy resonance and you find 3 people, you are getting automatically an extra Healy resonance for free as a gift from the company. So that means you have 2 resonances. 2. That's exciting. So this is what's going on. If you do, this example is, for example, only with gold. But in that same fast start period, they also give for each Healy that is above gold, you are getting an extra cash bonus. So for example, in the first 30 days, when you sell a Healy Holistic Health, you are getting on top of the normal commission, you are getting extra 25 cash bonus. If you sell a resonance edition in your first 30 days, on top of the between 375 euro and 500 euro, just depending on which Healy you started with, you're getting on top of that 100 euro extra cash bonus. So for example, if you started with the resonance yourself and you sell another resonance within the first 30 days, on top of the 500 euro commission, you are getting 100 euro extra. So that means 600 instead of 500. So how does it look like? You start with the Healy Gold and you find a few golds or DNSC bundle. That's a watch with the app bundle. Then you are just getting an upgrade to another one. But if you start with the gold and you sell a Healy Holistic Health, then you're getting on top of the commissions 25 euro extra. If you sell a Healy Resonance on top of the 375, you're getting 100 euro extra. Then you're getting an upgrade to the gold. So this is just an example. You can also start without a Healy, but therefore you need to find 3 people who buy minimum a Healy Holistic Health Plus or a Resonance. That are the 2 top versions. And then you are receiving your own Healy Gold. The only problem you have is that you don't get 30% commission, but you are getting 8% commission. Only for the people in the USA, you can sign up without a Healy and still getting the 30% commission. And that's very special because that's just to open up the USA market. So you can start without a Healy and still getting 30% commission if you sell a Healy in one of the countries we are open. Of course, we have ranks and titles. So, you know, when your team is starting to grow and you get a few more people in your team, then you're going also in rank. And a builder is that you just find 2 people and you place them one left and one right in a team. And then eventually, if you become a team leader, that means that you have 2 builders or you have like several people and a certain kind of volume. And then you go up and up and up and up. At this moment, I'm a director. So I'm 1 year busy. I'm just doing this part-time beside my clinic. And, you know, with my part-time efforts, I'm already a director in 1 year time. And if I want, I can go much quicker. But, you know, I still have my clinic and that's also making good money. Compensation, yeah, you know, you never know. Maybe I say like bye-bye to my clinic if this is really going to explode. But a compensation at a glance. So you have a direct bonus, you have a dual bonus, you have a matching bonus, you have a mobility bonus, you have a rank achievement bonus, and you have a leadership bonus. Dual team commissions. So, you know, basically when you are gathering people, you know, people sign up and they want to do the business and they want to help others to get like a Healy. Then you are starting to build a left team and a right team. I don't go too deep now into details, but basically that left team is going to grow, that the right team is going to grow. People will sell Healys, and so points will be accumulated in the left team and points will be accumulated in the right team. Healy pays out not 10%, no, they pay out 15% of the point value in the lesser or the sales leg, the sales team that is weaker. Why do they do that? So that you focus in the future, the next month, on your weak team to make them stronger, because then you're also getting more paid. So these can be people that you are bringing in yourself, but it can also be people that are being brought in by someone that sponsored you, or like that is in which team you are sitting in. So this can grow very, very quickly. And this is really exponential. And I can tell you one thing, this month, you know, during the crisis we have in the world with this virus going on, you know, this month with a promotion, I'm just having in 1 month time a berserk amount of money. I've never ever had in my life so much money that I'm just almost thinking like, wow, I'm making in 1 month time almost what one person is making in a year. So this is really interesting. So how this is working, we are going to explain a little bit better in a compensation plan training. But we also have a matching bonus, and this is compressed. So when you are starting to build a team, and when you are being a builder, so that means you have one in your left team and one in your right team, you are also receiving a 10% commission check on what they are earning. So, and this is very nice because you want to make your team members successful, because if they're getting successful and they are making more money, you are automatically benefit from it. So this is a very honest business. So what we see in this business, and that's what I love about network marketing, it is that it is not a competition and an elbow business. No, this is like, hey man, this is my hand. Reach out and I help you to become successful. And this is what we're doing with the team. And I can tell you one thing, our team that I'm working with and that we are building out is one of the most positive teams you can imagine. I cannot imagine that there is anything, that there is everyone with a nose in the same direction, and we're really, really doing this, and we're all doing this together, and we are in it together. So if you go up in rank, you are also getting extra levels. So your people find people who find people, so that means you're getting extra levels. And this is where the big money is coming in eventually too. So you have the binary bonus, the dual team commission bonus, and this is really, especially when you are getting in the higher ranks, this is where the big residual part is coming from. Monthly mobility bonus. So if you go up in rank, you eventually also getting a monthly mobility bonus. So you are getting an extra income out of that, so you can pay your gasoline or maybe your electric car. But you can also qualify for this Porsche Taycan. And this Porsche Taycan is a complete electric car, and is one of the most fastest Porsches you can ever imagine. You have no idea. This is really amazing. So you can qualify for that as well. When you're going up in ranks, you're also getting a one-time bonus that is going to be given out. So me being a director, I received €3,000 bonus. So, but there are also like vice presidents, and they're just getting like 25,000 euros, and it can go up till 250,000. So this is really, really interesting. We of course have a leadership bonus as well. So this 1% of the worldwide point value in the total turnover that is paid quarterly amongst the leaders starting at director level. And I can tell you one thing, I already got one part of that commission, and it's It's wow, I can tell you that. So the rank shares are being shared. The biggest part will be among directors because there are the most directors, then the senior directors, vice presidents, and the senior president. So think of how much money you want to make. Stay in touch with us and get all the latest Healy news through our channels. And if you're just thinking about what the possibilities are for the future, we are an open product in an open market. Think of what you can do. And I always compare what the Healy is right now. I compare it with the first smartphones. So the iPhone 1 and the smartphone technology. If you see how much the iPhone 1 could do back then, and what you see what the iPhone can do right now, or like how the market of mobile phones and mobile apps and the technology behind how that has developed. I'm just with all the knowledge we have, I'm just thinking of like, wow, this is going to be huge. This is going to be big. The enhancement of the software is going to be bigger. Expansion of technology. We already have with this company, and I heard this in the leader meeting last month, we already have ideas for the next 20 years. And we are really going to that next level in where we are just looking at a Star Trek or Star Wars movie in where someone is being laying, or like the movie Elysium, where you have med beds. This is where technology is taking us, and we are being one leap up front of that. One leap up front. We have all this knowledge. Just so think of how big that this can become. Expansion of markets, expansion of income. So, seize this opportunity today and do it now. There is nothing better at this moment. So please take contact with the person who invited you for this webinar, who invited you for this meeting. I'm really happy, I'm really excited if I can welcome you in our team. My name is Mart Reker, and I'm really looking forward to getting in contact with you and contact the person who invited you for this. So thank you very much, and I wish you all the best. Ciao, ciao.